Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Pat from Asteroid X, and I'm here with Paulina from Shopkeeper.com. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. This is going to be a really interesting, fun one.
Hi, Pat. I'm happy to be here. Hey, everyone.
Yeah, so I guess could you tell people a little bit about what your experience has been in the space, what you've been up to at Shopkeeper, and anything else that, like if we were at a dinner party or something, and they go, "Oh, Paulina, nice to meet you," and you explain a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, so I understand you want some informal introduction. Informally, I am an Amazon seller who decided to create an app for myself at first, and now it's grown to be much bigger than me. It's simply an accounting software for Amazon sellers. So if you need a business analytics tool and an accounting software for your Amazon business, Shopkeeper is the way to go. So that's what I do 90% of the time. I'm a founder of Shopkeeper, and the rest of my time goes into selling on Amazon. I do have other people helping me a lot with that these days, but I did start 2 years ago and I have a lot of first hands-on experience, and I still do run all types of experimental campaigns just to see what still works and what doesn't work, and especially on things like PPC or different pricing strategies. So I like to experiment and experience, especially try out new features that Seller Central puts out. So just to see how they affect my rankings, conversions, and so on.
Right.
So I have a lot of experience with that if you want to know something about it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, guys, today you're going to hear from an experienced Amazon seller who is actively in the field, testing out new tactics, strategies, and finding out what works and what doesn't. Because presumably some of that stuff doesn't work. So, if we can test it for you before you make that same mistake, and presumably some of it does work. So, if we have great results to bring back to you here, we're going to do it. So, I think we were. Initially going into this, I think we were going to chat a little bit about pricing strategies and coupons, probably reverse order. Coupons are pretty like when you say coupons. Paulina, we were talking about coupons. This is like the public tags that you can use to include discounts in organic search results.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So the little orange tags that you see on Amazon search results that say a discount is there. Yeah, so I know a lot about coupons, and I am quite surprised that not so many sellers actually use them.
Not a lot.
So yeah, I'm surprised. So if you want, I could go much deeper into it and tell you how good they can increase your conversions and actually help you to help your rankings. And especially for those listings that are not doing so well, how beneficial it is to enable the coupons on them.
Okay.
So yeah.
And anyone can do this, right? It's not, you don't need to be brand registered or any special certification. You can just put up coupons whenever you like.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's available just to anyone. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so basically, if you're an Amazon seller and you're not doing this, you're probably leaving some money on the table by not grabbing shoppers' attention with coupons.
Yeah, so I would like to show you actually how it looks like. So I have a screenshot of the coupons.
Yeah,
Is it
let's do
okay
it.
if I do that?
Let's go.
Okay. Let's see. So on my screen, you see an example of a specific niche, right? So for example, let's start talking about a particular story. In this case, a seller is selling a knife sharpener. And look at the knife sharpener niche. How many different knife sharpeners are there? And it's very, very competitive. Look, this guy has 493 rate reviews, right? This one over 2,700 reviews. This one, like, it's crazy, like to be a new seller in this niche is really, really hard. So what can you do about it? Look, now if you're just skimming through all of these options, look at this middle one. There's a coupon flag. You see the little orange flag here, save 20%. Immediately your eyes are drawn to it. Wouldn't you say, Pat?
It's the one thing that the other listings do not have.
Exactly. And it's just somehow just you don't even realize, but it does attract your attention.
Yeah.
And now let's say I'm a buyer, right? So I am skimming, 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 and I sort of go down to these four. And now what happens? First thing that any buyer is checking after the images is the price, right? So Well, I will look at the prices, but I see that the one on the right doesn't have any reviews at all. So immediately I discard it in my mind as unqualified one. There's no social proof, right? Plus it says sponsored. So I automatically just take it outside of my thinking. And that happens like in milliseconds, you know? And the next thing I'm scanning, I look at the pictures quickly. They all pretty much the same thing. Then I look at the title a little bit, right? So I looked at the prices. Prices are similar but different. But I will, just to make sure, look at the sort of skim the titles very quickly. This one knife sharpener, this one chef knife, this one kitchen. They all are full of keywords and quite meaningless to me. But the key here is to put in the beginning, in the first 3 or 4, something very, very personal to the customer. Because when I'm shopping, I'm only thinking about myself. I don't think about how good your knife sharpener is, how amazing, how yours. I only think mine, whatever is about me. And in this case, this middle one has this word chef knife sharpener, right? So I'm thinking, I'm a chef. You know, it automatically has a little bit of personal touch to it. And that gives a little bit better thing. Before I click into it, I did click already, but I went back. You see there's 3 prices. Look, this one $17.99, this one $14.99, and that one $12.99. So now when I'm thinking which one to click, probably the $12.99 one I won't even consider, because very quickly I discard it as probably lowest quality one. You know, most often the lowest priced one is associated immediately with the lowest quality one. So I just discard that one. And that one is a little overpriced, so I'll just click on the middle one. Plus this coupon flag, it just keeps attracting my attention, not actually because of the savings, but because of the orange in it. So it just keeps somewhere psychologically just attracting my attention. So I will click into it. Now, what do you think the first thing is that the people look inside the listing? Like they come to the listing and what's the first thing they would go and look at? What do you think, Pat?
I was actually looking at the Amazon's Choice badge, but it's either that or the photos, probably main photo. Right?
Exactly. The choice badge is sort of, because I was looking at that coupon, right? It hits your eye right away. I think because we're talking about the coupons, you got that on your mind, so that
Probably,
hits your eye. Yeah. But in reality, yes, you're right. It's the images. So that's the first thing that people look at. And again, they're thinking only about themselves. Look the way this works. So I'm looking, okay, nice image. Click. Oh, that's me sharpening, holding this knife sharpener, and I'm sharpening my knife. Cool. I don't really care, about your things, that it's something else. I just care about me, that I will be holding it and I will be doing that. So I imagine myself. Next picture. Again, so I remember this morning how this tomato or bell pepper was so hard to cut, right? Because my current knives are so dull. So the knife sharpener here, I immediately imagine myself cutting it. Oh, it's going to be so easy to do that next morning. And here I think, yeah, I have stainless steel kitchen. It's going to match very nicely. So I don't really think about anything else apart me in every image. So that personalization is very important. Now, you will say, Paulina, but you started talking about coupons and now you suddenly go into these personalizations and images. Why do you do that? Well, because coupons actually have that little effect of personalization as well. So they help you to personalize, have that personalization effect when you add it. How does this happen? So after I'm done looking at the images, the next thing I'm going to look at is the price area, and I see this coupon here. Now let's zoom in on that. Now you see price, and there's this checkbox. It says save an extra 20% when you apply this coupon. So now the buyer's thinking, what? So do I just have to click on it and I will have 20%? Like I don't need to buy more than one. I don't need to qualify somehow else. So I click on it and it says applied. And I am like, wow, I feel lucky suddenly, And maybe I shouldn't leave that listing because maybe it was just lucky chance. Only this one time I got this coupon, so I feel lucky to get it for no effort, for no reason, right? So that's where the personalization comes in. It's actually you personally made the buyer feeling happy or lucky, So it's like, cool. And there is a special setting I will show you later in Seller Central how to do that. Like you're not going to restrict him by at least 2 to get this discount or whatever. Just get the discount by checking on the checkbox, And that's what makes them so happy. And I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, so let me just click add to cart to see how much actually that coupon is. So I see here, $3 discount was applied. And in the end, I will be paying $11.99. But now see what happened. Remember the beginning? There was this guy on the right, which I discarded because he was the cheapest, $12.99, right? I didn't even click on him because I thought it's the lowest quality one. Now you are actually paying $11.99 on this one, so cheaper than the cheapest guy. So you did get the click and you are the best deal for the buyer. So after this point, he's already done so much investment of time into your listing that he's very, very likely to check out at this point. So just to show you in Seller Central what I was talking about, so in .com, you will just go advertising and coupons, and that's how you can set them up, so it's very easy. You will need to give a discount which is between 5 and 80%, and you could either choose money off or percentage off. So I recommend just using money off because percentage off is better suitable for big items like refrigerators or like big pieces. Then the discount seems more big, important. But if it's less than $100 item, I would recommend always going with money off. So, okay, so you just put the amount that you're giving, and I limit redemption to one per customer. I don't know, I just do that. And here's this budget that I put in. I put in $1 million budget for this coupon. Now you will say, why, Paulina, you're doing 1 million? I don't have $1 million. What if, there is 1 million claims? Well, the reason I put it is because I have a lot of previous experience of internet, online marketing, different paid traffic that I was running, pop-unders and ads and so on, and many, many other digital platforms. The bigger the budget you put, the more the platform is trying to spend your budget. That is to make more money for them, right? So I am hoping that Amazon has something similar. The bigger your budget, the more the algorithm will try to maximize it. So I didn't test that because you can't test it, but I'm saying that is my reason why I put such a big number, because it's never going to be used anyways. It's just I'm trying to boost it up to help it maximize it. And by the way, every redemption for each coupon is going to cost you 60 cents. Now you will say, oh, wait, Paulina, so it's not free? I don't just enable the coupon and I just get the benefits. I will have to pay for each redemption. Well, in fact, when I tested, I realized that only 1 out of 3 people actually click the check mark where they have to apply the coupon. So I am getting 3 times as much traffic, right? And only 30% of them actually apply the coupon. So it turns out then it's not 60 cents for each click, right? It's only 20% for each coupon wanter that I'm attracting.
You get 3 times as much traffic using a coupon?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the price spreads out into 3 parts because out of
3 redeems.
People who click, not so many people who actually click that checkbox. Remember I showed you the checkbox they have to click?
Right.
Well, I think they're just like maybe non-technical people, or I don't know, older audience or they just don't notice or forget it. They just click add to cart and think that the coupon is automatically applied. But actually they have to click that checkbox in order for coupon to be applied. So only 1 out of 3 people in my experiments does the click. That's what I'm saying. It's not actually 60 cents that you pay. You're paying 20 cents for each click that comes in for each buyer.
Got it.
Just proportionally.
Have you seen a click-through lift with the same listing, non-coupon versus coupon?
Oh yes, that is a very good question. So that was almost my next slide. So that's the slide on that. Yeah, very good. Predicting the next house.
We are in sync. We did not prepare this. This is all live. Okay.
Exactly. That's how it is. Yeah. So in reports, the business reports, you can check your conversion rates for each listing, right? So for those who don't know, if you go into business reports and look at your sessions, that's the total number of visitors that each of your ASINs got, right? And that's the unit session percentage. That means conversion rate how many people from all of those visitors converted into buyers. In my category, and I don't hide it, I sell apparel things. That's the approximate conversion rate that I get. So it's between 10 and 14% normally. So I noticed that when I apply the coupon, it increases by 1 or 2% the conversion rate. But conversion rate, I don't know why it magically increases. I also am getting many more sessions, let's say 15% more sessions automatically just because there is a coupon. I don't know exact percentage, but it's not like double or triple, right? The increase is just slight. But what happens on Amazon, as soon as Amazon sees that your conversion rates are increasing and more clicks are happening, so CTR and conversion rate are both increasing, automatically your ranking is getting better. So it's like a cascading effect. You put the coupon, you get more clicks, then automatically your rank is better, and then you get, because of that, more clicks, and then it's just cascading up, right? It's really good effect. So it's like a mini launch that you can have for 2 or 3 weeks, a little boost by just adding the coupon there.
Okay. Is there any point where you take the coupon off afterwards? There doesn't seem to be, but is that would you ever scale it back?
It's a very good question. You see on the screen there's this between 1 and 90 days period only that you can set. So maximum coupon existing life will be only 90 days. You'll have to ask your VA or yourself to go after 90 days and click a button, restart this campaign. So you will not have to create again, you just refresh the same campaign. So yeah. One other thing I really wanted to bring up is the actual little bit of psychology in setting the prices and what is better, Remember, there was a choice. You could choose percentage off, or you could choose dollar amount off. So just like I mentioned, if it's less than $100, I recommend using dollar amount. In addition, you should try to make it very easily comprehensible. So it should be very, very quick for the buyer to understand the amount of the discount that you're giving. So for example, $21.79 and you're giving me 15%. Okay, 10% is $2 something, 5% like I want to move on, right?
This is the worst, yeah.
It just hurts my brain, right? So I want to move on. So look at this, how easy. Just $3 from 21, it's fantastic. That's going to be much easier to convert. Now, Pat, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Look, left and right, so both of them are the same, except the coupon amount is different. There's $4 off, there's $3 off. Mm-hmm. So which one you think converts better?
$4.
Why?
It's more than 3.
It's more than 3, right? That's like a natural answer. That's what I was thinking also, because you only look at how much you save and so on. But you see on top I have is indicated as complicated, and the other one is easy. Now, why is complicated? Again, it's about that psychological comprehension of price. Since we were kids, we are taught multiplication table, 2 times 7, 14, 3 times 7, 21, 4 times 7, 28, right? So if you are using a discount that is not a multiple that comes up to that number, it's much harder to understand how much of the part of that number I'm getting a discount. For example, I know that 3 from 21, I'm going to pay $18, and that is basically 1/7 of the price I'm getting a discount. It's like all this math is so in us that we don't even think about it. Now here, how much I'm actually paying? Okay, take 1 off, and then 20 minus 3, that's 17. 17. See that little extra millisecond I spent to account for how much I'm getting here. So because of that, it's easier when I'm skimming very fast, because we are all skimming on the internet now. Just skimming. When I'm skimming, I just somehow quicker understand it. And the quicker I understand it, the more clicks you're going to have. So it increases your CTR. For some reason. Of course, if you save $10, it's going to be better. But if it's just a slight difference, it's always better to choose that would be a multiple equally dividable by that number.
Nice. Okay, good observation.
Yeah, there's another thing that I can tell you as well. You know how there are even numbers and odd numbers, right? So by the way, even number implies a little bit of a luxury in the item, and odd number implies more discount, bigger discount. So that's a psychological effect. But in this case, I'm just showing another example here that 4 in this case is better than 3. Well, it's bigger number, but it's also dividing from at 22 easier.
Right, clean.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, yeah, there you go. That's the idea about the things. Let me just mention one other thing. I'm gonna try and find, here's the example. So see the 2 different endings. Items are the same. One is $30, one is $29.99. Now, everywhere is using these 99 things. Now, when they're doing that, we are so used to seeing the 99.99 that automatically our brain thinks that when you see 99, it's some sort of deal. It's some sort of discount, a bargain, a deal. And when there is not a 99 in the end, so if it's not a deal, not a bargain, that means it's more luxury, something more expensive, right? So when you're looking at these 2, the one on the right, the $30 one, is assumed that that product is more luxury. It's like is positioning itself as more luxury just by having 1 cent difference here. By having a round price of $30, it appears to be more expensive, more so on. And this one is sort of trying to position itself as a cheaper bargain, cheaper than something. So you can play with that as well in your prices when you are working on them. Just wanted to mention about that ending. I think that's my last point that I'll bring up. Those little endings, how some people are thinking maybe 7 is like casino 777, so it's lucky numbers, I'm going to use that. And, there's all kinds of strange psychological experiments. But in reality, all of them, when we are skimming the price, this one we read from left to right, just very quickly. This one 29 something, this one 29 something, 29 something, 29 something. So see, all of them I read as 29 something. I don't really, as a customer, read the full price. I just read the beginning of it. And now look at extra profit that you can make if you make 98 or 99. So that's like the last column shows that the most profit in a year you will make if you're using those higher cents. So just, in my opinion, just avoid those strange, painful for our brains numbers that we are not used to. You can just play on the last digit if you want to be perceived more as a luxury item. Use like the 8 at the end or 9 if you want to compete with other competitors for the price. So that kind of thing. Yeah. So that's pretty much it, I guess. Let me go back to our screen. Yeah.
That was awesome. That's so much good stuff in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Right. Yeah, so that's basically a run through of coupons as well as pricing psychology. Yeah, okay. Yeah, really interesting. So I guess I did have a clarifying question. I guess when there were items that were more expensive, say over $100, you recommended a percentage off. Is that because the dollar off just looks too crazy if it's like $200 off, or like why go high ticket and percentage?
Just because people, when they put percentages, the hope is that it will appear as a bigger discount, right? So when you are saying 10% instead of $3 off, you are hoping that you are giving impression as if the amount is bigger. But you are making the person to calculate it, He has to actually think in his mind an extra millisecond how much you are giving him, and that kills your conversion rate. That's why I recommend using the number itself.
Right. Yeah, the number one principle among all of these things appears to be just to reduce friction and increase simplicity for the customer. If it's something easier to understand, it just flows better.
Exactly, as simple as you can, so that the conversion flows easier, and you will be surprised how much it increases and helps. Actually, it applies to any business that you do. If you are promoting anything else online or on your own website, on Shopify sites for your own products, right? We are putting prices there, so the same strategies apply as well. So the simpler your pricing page is, the better for your user conversions are.
Okay. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, speaking of, other stuff online, if you wanted to let people know where they could get a hold of you or see, you also have a very cool list of I guess Amazon seller resources, apps, services, that sort of thing. Um, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
thanks for listing StrideX on there. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
But there are a lot of other good ones as well. So yeah, maybe just tell people where they can get a hold of you and look at your current work.
Yeah, it's a really popular page on our site. So if you go to shopkeeper.com, you don't have to memorize the whole URL. Just go shopkeeper.com, scroll to the bottom, you'll find the link there, which says big list of tools for Amazon sellers. And I personally review each tool. So actually I connect my account, I take the time to test it and so on. So I really like doing that as an experiment. Like I said, I love doing all kinds of experiments. And I give a mini review, like a few sentences of what I personally thought and how it applied to me as a private label seller. Some things you might disagree with, but because of that informal way that I describe it, that's why the list is so popular, because it's so easy to, to read it and to have fun, and some jokes I make there as well. Yeah.
And you're reducing
Yeah.
friction by not telling people the URL. So yeah, just go to shopkeeper.com, scroll down, find the services. It's a really good resource. And yeah, Paulina,
Yeah.
this is a tremendous sort of interview and really good, um, just great value. So yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you all, everyone.
Yeah.
Come read my blog as well on shopkeeper.com. I have a lot of interesting articles about freight shipping and like my personal stories of being an Amazon seller. So I hope you enjoy those.
Yeah, guys, I would say one of the best hacks to growing your Amazon business is definitely learning from people who have done it before or are currently doing it. And Paulina's got a great view of the industry. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, and hopefully we'll do this again sometime. That was really fun.
Thanks for having me. Take care, everyone.